But as you get to the end of human history, and you get into the period of time called the tribulation, there is a specific fulfillment of this prophecy that I want you to understand. And it has to do with Islam. Most people think of Islam as an utterly distinct religion from Christianity, with no connection to Christianity.
It is said that in connection with this story of Jesus and the Antichrist, that there will be another figure who is known as the Mahdi, the Guided One. That's what his name, that title means, the Guided One. So some righteous individual who will also spread peace on the earth. Some think that he will come before Jesus, that he will spread peace for a certain amount of time, and then after this, things will return to chaos.
In Islamic eschatology, there are three great signs of the end of history. Three great signs. There are some lesser signs, or some minor signs, and some major signs. In their eschatology, again quoting their sources exclusively, there are three great signs of the end of history. And each of them is a man. Let me tell you about those three men. First of all, the first man that will come in the end of history is the Mahdi, M-A-H-D-I. Sometimes he's called the 12th Imam. Every time Ahmadinejad over in Iran gives a speech, he says, "Glory to the Mahdi, glory to the 12th Imam." Every time. He's waiting for the coming of the Mahdi.
The belief in the Mahdi is not on the fringes of the Muslim faith, but to the countless Muslims around the world, he is a beacon of hope, and they look up to him as the savior of the world. Here is an example of a song which is very popular on YouTube, titled Salam Ya Mahdi. It has different versions which have been remade or done by different Muslims around the world. And this song sings the praises of the Mahdi. This one in particular was done by Ahlul Bayt Islamic School and Center in Ottawa, Canada. In their own words, in the video description on their YouTube page, they say, "People, communities, and regions across the globe have recently come together to call out for Imam al-Mahdi with their voices and hearts. Love for Imam al-Mahdi knows no borders and has made its way to the heart of Canada's capital, where we too have joined in on the unified call to our awaited Imam. The Ahlul Bayt Islamic School and Center is honored to have had the privilege of hosting Salam Ya Mahdi alongside our beloved community. What an incredible experience and a blessing it is to have come together under the banner of Imam al-Mahdi and chant his name as one. May we chant his name in our hearts and pledge our allegiance to him through our actions every day. May Allah continue to bless and strengthen this community, hasten the reappearance of our awaited Imam, make us among his true supporters.
حياتي دونك يغشاها ظلام أفديك بروحي يا كل وجودي من قلبي سلام سلام يا مهدي يا أيها الصاحب يا مظهر العدل سلام يا مهدي لأجل دين الله والله إنا على العهد سلام يا مهدي.
What is he coming to do? He's coming, listen carefully, to slaughter all who will not worship Allah, convert to Islam. They are identified in their writings as pigs and dogs, and to establish the everlasting, world-dominating kingdom of Islam. That's what he will do. The Mahdi, or the 12th Imam, that means the guided one, is the long-awaited Savior. He is the establisher of the final caliphate. The world must follow him as he takes over, or he will destroy all enemies of Islam. He will come and he will carry on holy war, and either you convert or you're killed by the Mahdi. He will have an army. His army will be a massive army, and his army will go from nation to nation to punish the unbelievers. The holy writings of Islam say that this army will carry black flags. And on those black flags, there will be one word, and that one word will be the word punishment. By the way, the Iranian army today carries black flags. They want to be ready for the coming of the Mahdi. He will lead the army of black flags first to Israel, slaughter all the Jews, and then he will establish his rule in Jerusalem on the Temple Mount. That's what their literature says. Slaughter the Jews, establish his rule on the Temple Mount. According to their holy writings, the Mahdi will bring rain and wind and crops and wealth and happiness so that all will love him and no one will speak of anyone but him. Their writings say the Mahdi will come and make, at first, a peace agreement with the Jews and the West for 7 years. The reign of Mahdi lasts 7 years, in which he establishes Islam on the earth. Their holy writings say this: the Mahdi will come riding on a white horse, and it even says in their writings, as it says in Revelation 6:1 and 2. Saddam Hussein, by the way, painted murals of this Mahdi on white horse all over Baghdad, and he comes carrying a sword to kill the infidels. When the Mahdi arrives, he will discover hidden scriptures. He will discover them, interestingly enough, somewhere near the Sea of Galilee, and there will be there hidden scriptures, hidden gospels, and a hidden Torah. And they will be the true scriptures which will be used by the Mahdi to show the Jews and the Christians they were wrong, that their scriptures were the false scriptures. Let me summarize. The Mahdi will be a messianic figure. He will be a descendant of Muhammad. He will be an unparalleled, unequaled leader. He will come out of a crisis of turmoil. He will take control of the world. He will establish a new world order. He will destroy all who resist him. He will invade many nations. He will make a 7-year peace treaty with the Jews. He will conquer Israel and massacre the Jews. He will establish Islamic world headquarters at Jerusalem. He will rule for 7 years, establish Islam as the only religion. He will come on a white horse with supernatural power. He will be loved by all people on earth. If that sounds familiar, that is a precise description of the biblical Antichrist. Absolutely, step by step by step by step. The Bible's Antichrist is their Mahdi. We know that the rider on the white horse in Revelation 6 is the Antichrist. They use that verse to describe their Mahdi. Why am I giving you all this? Because the description of the Mahdi is exactly the description of the biblical Antichrist, the beast of Revelation 13. And you go into any kind of a study of that and you will find that all the details match up perfectly. The Bible's Antichrist is Islam's savior and world conqueror, who establishes a universal Islamic kingdom.